Happy go anime. La la la. That's our theme tune for this podcast, Ari. And
Okay.
hello, Ari.
Hi, Maxy.
How are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
I am terrific, thank you. It's exceptionally hot in the UK right now, as we know. I am just in my Calvins. I've got a glass of orange juice with a bit of ice in there to cool myself down. Been a busy day at work, but it's okay because now we're home, headset on, going to be talking to you about some anime, as if they haven't already guessed.
Yeah, the title gives it away a bit, doesn't it?
Yeah, just a bit. So for those who aren't aware, this is going to be our first episode for a podcast that Ari has wanted to do for a very long time, and I've always wanted to do a podcast as well for a long time. So we have decided to start our own little anime podcast, and yeah, we're just going to see how this goes. So we're probably like each episode will have individual things to talk about, like topics. Could be about a whole series, could be about some genre of anime, maybe who knows? But to be honest, we're kind of winging it as it goes. We haven't even got a script for this test episode. We are literally winging it based off what's coming off our heads. So, yeah, this is Happy Go Anime, and well, what have we been watching together, Harry?
We've been watching Kill the Kill together, Maxy, and we finished it on Wednesday. So, I mean, I've seen it before, and it was your first time seeing it.
Yes,
Um,
correct.
so I have had my opinions on it for a while, but you've now had a few days to like collect all your opinions together and stuff. So
Yep, I've been reading through the episode synopsises on that's not the word, but hey ho, we'll stick with it. On Wikipedia because I don't remember every little detail. I've got the list of characters up here as well if I don't remember their names because despite loving anime, I don't remember a lot of people's names because I'm either very bad at pronouncing them or I just describe them as that guy with the blue hair or that girl with the tail sort of thing. I'm notoriously bad at pronouncing their names, whereas you're basically fluent in Japanese
I'm
anime names.
not even remotely fluent in Japanese anime names. I just kind of do my best.
You're far better than me. But to basically put it in like a brief summary, I absolutely fucking loved Kill la Kill. It was absolutely terrific, and so it's actually my second trigger anime that I've ever watched
What?
to completeness because I guess would you count Darling in the Franxx as a trigger
Oh,
anime or would you
I
not?
completely forgot about Darling in the Franxx.
Everyone forgets about Darling in the Franxx. No one wants to remember it.
I guess it's a trigger anime. Like,
I guess.
yeah, I mean, it's
I mean,
trigger. It's trigger
that's a
anime one,
bad
but it's,
anime.
it's
And
not great.
frankly, if someone's going to say that's their first trigger anime, you're going to say, oh God, I'm so sorry, because that anime is. If you were to visually represent that anime, it would be like watching a slow motion avalanche of shit, because that's kind of what it was. It just got aggressively worse, and I'm fairly sure we could do a fantastic episode of me just getting angry at that anime because I just like as time has gone on, like Darling in the Franxx has aged like a fine. No, sorry, no. Kill la Kill has aged as like a fine wine in the sense that I want to sip on it and enjoy it some more and be like, this is fine. I've got a scent of lavender in this anime. Because God, it's terrific. Whereas in Darling in the Franxx, it's aged like a nappy, a
No, no.
heavily hated nappy, and it's an awful anime, and I hate it. I legitimately hate that anime, and I get so angry. I hate that anime. But anyway, not about that. Darling in Franxx is very good.
You
It is
sound
very
like
good.
me.
Everyone should watch it. So that's my recommendation. That you just watch it. Um, but I'm very glad that you convinced me to watch it because it's definitely been put into my top 10 very quickly because it's just it does what anime does, which I love, which is just the sheer ridiculousness of it.
Yeah.
It's just absolutely ridiculous, and I love it when animes do that because to me that's what anime is. It's just like these insane fight scenes which just that shouldn't, well, they don't make any sense, but they just in the real world if someone did that they would probably be experimented on because I can't do those things. So yeah, Darling the Franks. Good God, Kill la Kill is just the bee's knees, quite frankly. And so, fun little story. When it was first released, I was actually half tempted to watch Kill la Kill, but when I watched the first part of like or like a part of the first episode, I remember like because in the first episode, what's that? Ryoko. Oh God, help me out here.
Ryuko.
Ryoko.
Ryuko.
Ryoko. Rika. Yeah, the main character, her. She basically gets her ass handed to her by trying to fight the student council and Satsuki Kiryu. Have I said that right?
Satsuki, yeah, Satsuki.
Satsuki, that's one, yeah. Who is also top tier waifu material, particularly spoilers in the epilogue sequence where she's got short hair, and
No.
I felt my heart skip a beat, to be honest, because she's just the absolute bee's knees. But I was severely put off how lewd actually it was, in the sense that she was wearing a very tightly, heavily revealing outfit. And the strange thing is that anime actually somehow made me feel very okay with it and just consider it to just be like a piece of like battle armor. And I know it's like a typical joke and a meme how female clothing,
the less
the
you
less
wear,
they
the more you're
wear,
protected.
the better the stats sort of thing. Yeah, that sort of stuff. But it actually really works in this anime, and it's just so good. And I'm glad that I rewatched it with you. It's honestly just, I don't really know where to begin with it, to be honest. Where should we start?
We could start. I don't know. My 3 notes. I have 3 notes here that I thought this is what I can ask Maxy about. Your favorite moments, your favorite characters, and the third one you've kind of touched on was because the most controversial thing about it is definitely the fan service-ness of it.
Yeah.
And I wanted your opinion on what, like, how did you think that it took away from the series, or it added to the series, or it just was, and it was just part of the series and didn't really do either. But we can get to that later. Favorite. We'll start favorite character. Favorite character is easy. Well, not easy, but you know, like.
So, good God.
It's a simple question.
It is, but it's a difficult question at the same time. So Ryuko is a great main character. I think she is a very, 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 very good main character, because she goes through a lot of trials and tribulations in the anime. Like, she goes through a lot of up and downs, a lot more than I actually thought they would put her through, to be brutally honest. I kind of had a feeling that perhaps she'd go through like one down moment and then bounce back from it and then just keep on fighting. But no, there are actually like quite a few like fallbacks to her, and like quite a few moments where she was tested quite heavily. Probably so I didn't see at all coming the way the story eventually elevated to that episode where she actually gets taken over by
quickly and say
white.
How spoilery should we get with this? Are we just going to say full spoilers? We're just going to say we can't talk about it without just going full spoilers. So this is okay. So this is your cut-off point. If you don't want spoilers, go watch Kill la Kill. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Right, full spoilers. Go.
Okay, so when she gets like taken over by the white Goku uniform, I long since not even going to try and pronounce his name. But that's just a great moment, and also as well, like where she's so defeatist because she finds out what she really is. She finds out about what her existence is, how the fact that she's just nothing but like a piece of clothing, and that she's just these life fibers and not a real person. And everything was just lied about. Like, she went through so many episodes of just trying to. You could just see it really, 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 really getting to her and tormenting her existence. And it's like, what's the point in everything I've been fighting for when I am what I hate? I feel like, oh God, what's the main villain's name? Oh God.
Rankyo.
Rankyo, yes. Yeah, she is a great villain. She is a great villain because she's just so easy to dislike, and she's so disturbing. She does so many things that is just like, oh god, she's sick. Like the way she was being very, very, very touchy feely with Satsuki, was that legitimately made me feel quite disturbed. Actually, I actually distinctly remember when that scene came on the anime while watching it together. It was just silence, and all of a sudden you heard me just go, ugh, ugh. That
Yeah,
is
it's
it's
pretty much
gross.
the right reaction to that. I think is yeah.
Yeah. I think you should be worried about me if I go, oh boy, this woohoo! But no, seriously, she's sick in the head. Um, Satsuki is a great character. Like, there's so many great characters. Like, there's so many badass characters. Like Gagamori, big guy,
Gamagori,
Gagamori.
yeah,
Yeah, him. He's just fun.
he
He's
is.
just so much fun because he's definitely I feel like he's the most developed out of all the student council characters.
Yeah,
Um,
without a doubt.
like, just hands down, he is just the bee's knees. Uh, Mako is just so funny. Like, they do such a good job with Mako as just being a very, very, very funny character who, considering kind of like in a lot of the anime, she's kind of like just the silly slapstick comedy character in the background during very serious, very, very, very serious scenes as well. And yet she doesn't ruin the seriousness of some scenes with her like being messed around with in the background, if that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely.
Uh,
Like they managed to keep tone really well within scenes, or when the tone
yeah,
does change, they transition really smoothly.
yeah, and she really, 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 really brings the whole anime and Ryuko down to earth as well. Like, she successfully manages to bring the audience down to earth and the cast, which for an anime character, that's some really, really, really impressive writing. I feel like her voice actress, no idea who that is, but whoever she is does a brilliant job. Um,
The voice acting in general is
oh
like
god,
stunning. I think in the
I
entire series,
god,
like
to
the
actually
way
pick my favorite character. Sorry, carry on.
no, like the way I think about voice acting a lot of the time, and maybe this is not necessarily fair, but I base voice acting performance often on how easy it is for me to picture the voice actress or a voice actress if I don't know what looks them, or voice actor as well, of course. But how easy it is for me to actually picture them in my head standing in front of the microphone delivering those lines. And obviously, if it's really easy, then I think it's not. I mean, it doesn't have to be a bad performance, but when it's really difficult to actually imagine the voice actor or voice actress performing those lines into the microphone, to me, that's the sign of a really good performance. And Kill la
Yeah,
Kill consistently knocks it out of the park in that regard with like every character. I think the entire cast did a stunningly good performance. The voices really feel like they belong to the characters.
definitely, definitely. Like, yeah, that's just another thing you can just praise about the anime. But in answer to your question about favorite character, I think I'm gonna have to go with Satsuki.
Satsuki's a popular pick. I definitely get Satsuki.
I I feel like, yeah, I'm gonna have to go with her. And one of the main reasons why, and this is gonna brilliantly segue into your next point of best moment, is when it turns out that she was a good guy the whole time. When
Yes.
she stabbed her mum with the blade, I was sitting there with my mouth open and just progressively just saying the word fuck over and over and over again. I could not believe it. Like, even after we ended the voice call on Discord, I just progressively sent you just more of the word
You
fuck
did.
over and over and over again. I was like, I cannot believe it. It's like I legitimately thought it was going to end with her still being a bad guy, but then she would get some form of like redeeming feature by like betraying her mum at the last minute or something, or wherever it was going to go. Like, I just thought it would end up in a climax between those two, and both their Goku uniforms would be like Goku uniform level 70 billion or something like that. I thought it was. I didn't. I just did. I didn't see that coming. It's like, and also as well, it's like it doesn't ever hint that she's going to betray her mum.
No,
Really,
it doesn't.
does it?
Not really,
Like,
no.
It just doesn't. And perhaps like looking back on it, if I rewatch it again, I can see loads more like hints as to why she may or may not, betray her mother. But that's such a good moment. It's such a good moment, and I couldn't pick an individual fight scene because all the fight scenes are so bloody insane and so well animated and so well directed. It's like I could happily watch a montage of all Kill la Kill fight scenes and just be like, yeah, like this is great, because they're just so good, and it, for me, it brings back like the joy I got of watching like when I was younger and seeing like these great little fight scenes happening on an anime and being like, yeah, I can fly in the air and shoot laser beams out of my hands. I can do this. I'm gonna be a Super Saiyan mum. And then the harsh, crushing reality gets way down upon me. Then you realise you actually can't do that, and then you break your leg trying to jump off the flight of stairs. That didn't happen, but I'm very sure that has happened to many people trying to imitate anime. And you're never going to see me wearing a. Oh wait, you've done it.
No, I said I imagine someone's done it.
Oh god, absolutely. If any of our listeners have ever broken their any bones by trying to imitate an anime, please. Well, we've got nowhere to contact us. Somehow find your way to find us on Discord and then just drop us a message. That'd be tip top, and we may even give you a shout out. But it's like, I mean, good. It's so good. And the Naked People, Nudist Beach. What a great name for an anti-clothing organisation. His nipples always glowed. Mako's mum always looks at his penis. That's fucking hilarious. It also brings up a lot of subtext because evidently her husband is not pleasing her. And to be fair, Mako's dad is way punching. Way punching.
He is, yeah. He really, really is.
So what the heck? Like, I want a prequel just based on them. Give me like a 3-episode OVA of how the hell they fell in love. And I guarantee there's going to be no Goku shit. It's probably got. I bet when he was younger, he was like a proper 10 out of 10. And then he let himself go from a shit-filled croquets or croquettes or whatever they are.
I can see that. I could definitely see that.
It's yeah, that's such a good moment. That is such a good moment.
It is. It's the real, like, it's the proper turning point in the series, and there's so many like big reveals one after the other. With like Satsuki betraying her mum, and then like there's another one, I can't remember what it is. There's like another reveal, and then there's the big one, the final big one of Satsuki and Ryuko being sisters. And it's just like back-to-back big reveals that just changed the entire direction of the series, and it's just like, where do we even go from here? What?
I still think the biggest reveal was when Satsuki got a haircut.
I am very firmly in the anti-short hair brigade.
Is it because Satsuki has a pony? Does she have a ponytail?
No, she doesn't have a ponytail. No, short ponytails. I am all about short ponytails. Okay, short ponytails are super cute, and
but
I love them.
Maybe it's to symbolise her.
I hate that. That's my least favourite trope. It's my least favourite trope in anime. Girls cutting their hair to symbolise growth. I really don't like it.
Maybe they should do a 360 and get girls to grow their hair to symbolise growth.
Yes, that's why. I've forgotten her name. Not Karen, the other Araragi's sister. The one whose hair just constantly changes. That's why she has the best hair in anime. Just like changes every arc. She has completely different hair. I love it. It's awesome. Tsukiki? Tsukihi Araragi.
I think so. I
That's-
think so. I think so.
I think so.
I think so. I think so. What was the final point you wanted to ask me? Sorry.
Fan service. Yay or nay?
So the fan service on the main on Ryuka and Satsuki was very quickly addressed and never really, or at least very briefly touched upon since they first put on their Goku uniforms. So whenever a character who's not seen Ryuko before or hasn't seen a fight before in the Goku uniform, they always cut to them, you know, blushing and be like, "Oh, can see some boobies." But then it's never really touched upon. Like they kind of just then focus on all the action and just the badass fight scenes, which, to be honest, made me forget about the fan service.
Yeah.
And that's interesting because it's fan service, but then you forget about it. It's pretty unique, but then at the same time, well, perhaps unique, but at the same time as well, a lot of guys get very heavily naked as well in this anime. In fact, not more guys, but you still get like a good chunk of guys who are not wearing a lot of clothes in this anime. You've got the guys from Nudist Beach, you've got Gagamori and the samurai who ends up getting blind. Like they're naked like towards like the final arc as well when they're in, you know, their Nudist Beach outfits, and the smart scientist guy who his collar opens up whenever he talks, which is a great attention to detail, by the way. That gives it an extra star just for that. I would have forgotten. If I had something like that, I would forget to press the button to open up my collar every time I had something to speak. So I'd just be like, what? Fuck, I did press the fucking button, for fuck's sake. Or does it work via voice activation? Who knows? We're never going to know. Theory crafting. If you have got an answer on whether or not it is voice activated or button activated, find us on Discord and drop us a message, and then we'll give you a shout out. That'd be 10 out of 10. Thank you very much. I feel like the fan service was fine. Realistically, like it really didn't bother me towards the end of it. I didn't consider it even at the end. I can see why people would be put off it though from the fan service, and I feel like if you tried to describe it to me as a great, brilliant action anime with fantastic animation and fight scenes and with a bit of fan service, I'll turn back to you and say you've literally just described 80% of shonen anime.
Yeah.
Quite frankly. But
I do agree about.
Sorry, Karen.
No, sorry. I do agree about the fan service. It's like it. I don't know how to say it now. It's not intrusive in any way, which is weird because a lot of the time, a lot of people are very naked. I mean, the times it is intrusive is when it's clearly played for laughs, like with their teacher. I've forgotten his name, but with their teacher, yeah, pretty much. Like when that's clearly being played for laughs. I mean, if you don't find it funny, then that's fine. But like it's clearly serving a purpose in trying to be humorous, so that doesn't bother me at all. But then the rest of the fan service is like it's just they're quite naked and then that's it. It's like it never really. The only times it focuses on it are when it's to do with other characters. It's like showing the camera through the lens of other characters, if that makes sense. So when the other characters are being like, "Oh my god, look how naked they are," then it will start showing off their bodies a bit. But then when no one's doing that, it's like really, really in no way sexualized, which I think works a lot in the series' favor. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
I think it works well. I think it's fine.
Yeah,
I think it's it just is what it is.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. Also, something you said in that little thing you were just saying has also given us this episode title. They're quite naked. There we go. So episode 1, Happy Go Lucky. They're quite naked. So there we go. That's going to be the title. If Ary names it anything else, she's wrong. please, from this day forward, know as episode 1 of Happy Go Anime as they're quite naked. There we go. It's
I'll
timestamped
I'll be
and
good.
going to be name of the episode.
Yeah, I'll name it that. I'll name it. They're quite
Terrific.
naked.
Terrific, terrific. So what I'm going to do then, Ari, I'm going to reverse this on you,
Okay.
and you've already stated your opinion on the fan service.
Yeah.
Please tell me your favourite moment and then your favourite character.
Okay. My favorite moment. Probably. I mean, I don't know if it's me seeming boring or if it just speaks to the strength of that moment, but it's probably the same. Just when Satsuki backstabs her mum, and then
Literally backstabs her mum.
quite literally, yeah.
Like she literally backstabs her mum with her scissor sword. Scissor sword, scissor blade. Is it scissor blade? It's scissor blade, isn't it?
Uh, I mean, at that
Her
point,
sword.
yeah, Satsuki has what's it called?
Oh, I know. Oh, I know.
It's
At that
called
point, it's just her regular
yeah,
sword,
it's
isn't
called
it?
her sword. I can't. It begins with
And
a
then that
B, I think, and then that.
blade.
It's not called Blade.
It's called blade. There we go.
I can't remember. Bakuzo, I think it's called.
Oh, yes, that one. In fact, sorry to bring it back, but I hated that bloody happy pink eye patch girl.
Oh, Harime Nue.
She's a fucking bitch. She is a
I
bitch.
I absolutely love her as a villain. I really, really like her as an antagonist.
God, I just wanted to smack her. She's
She's
too
just got
happy.
she's got this like presence about her that's like it's just really, really well done, and I love how much of her animation just completely screws around with like it breaks the fourth wall in so many ways in the
Yeah.
animation. Like she leans on the subtitles, or she just flips in 2D. Like she moves in 2 dimensions as opposed to everyone else who like moves 3 dimensionally. It's really, really weird, but really well done, and I absolutely love it. I think it's so brilliant. And I like, yeah, she's just this really menacing presence. Like every time she shows up, you're like, she has
You
this
know,
this ominous feeling to her that you know that she's like really strong, and you
you
know that
feel
she's
nervous
serious trouble.
when she's on screen and when she's
Yes,
up against the cast because they're like, oh shit, she's like the main villain's weapon, like her like powerful weapon.
yeah. So I really love her as an antagonist. I think she works so well as an antagonist. But my favorite character is so this is a bit weird because it's hard to justify. I just kind of love her. But it's Nonon, you know, the pink-haired girl that's in the student council, like Satsuki's childhood
Ah,
friend. I really,
really?
really like. Yeah, I don't know why. I just absolutely love her. I didn't. The thing is, the first time when I first started watching it, I wasn't really that big on her, and it was partly due to her voice. Her voice kind of rubbed me
Her
the wrong
voice
way.
is. So I'm glad you brought that up because completely honest, and you're probably going to now prove me wrong because you're fantastic with your arguments. I hate her voice because it sounds like her voice actress is holding her nose when talking.
Well, no, I'm not. I don't think I am gonna. Just it at some point while watching it, her voice just clicked for me, and then after that point, I was like, I love this character. And I don't know what it was about it, but just at some point, I was just like, this suddenly works now, and I really, really like her.
I
But
like her abilities, and I like the fact that she works with like sound and stuff, and the fact that her attacks were based on like classical music, which worked quite well.
yeah,
Um,
I like her
but
relationship with Satsuki as well. I like that they have that kind of. I mean, I know that Satsuki distances herself from everyone, and that's kind of part of her character arc. Is she learns not to really do that so much. But I
yeah,
do like that they have that kind of long-term friendship feel between the two of them. That's very apparent a lot of the times that Nonon kind of gets what Satsuki's thinking, or that kind of thing. I don't know. I like that aspect of her character, but I don't know. Just something about her. I just really like her. She's just my favorite character. But I will, um, I will accept that she is definitely not the best character in the series. She's just my personal favorite. I would if I had to go best, I would probably go Satsuki as well. But I just kind of love Nonon. So yeah.
I completely forgot her name, to be honest. I always just knew her as the pink-haired girl.
I remember. I get her surname wrong. It's like Jagazakure, something. I might be adding a letter in there or a syllable. I can't remember. It begins with
turns out it's something like Smith.
It begins with a J and it ends in, I think, Kure, and that's and it might have a G and it might have a Z in there.
J Smith. There we go. If you know Nan's surname, please find us on Discord, and then we'll give you a shout out. So thanks very much for that. That'd be tip top.
Yeah, go for it. Why not?
But in closing, it really is just a great anime. It is just hands down brilliant. This has basically been us just kind of, well, mainly me, just kind of gushing over how good it is, and I'm delighted I watched it. It's now going into my recommendations on anything. It's made me actually want to use my anime list, and so that's a bit of a strange enigma because I still just don't get my anime list because it's just a list, and it's like people, particularly when it was shut down or down, people were treating it like their child had gone missing. That I just don't get it. I want to get it, but I don't get it.
It's just a nice, easy, succinct way of seeing everything you've watched and keeping track of it all.
List.
Yeah,
Load
but
up
it takes
documents.
less
Get a pen
time.
and paper. Get a pen and paper and jot it down.
I mean, you could, but it'd take up a lot of paper by the time you're getting to like 300, 400 entries.
Yeah, but your paper doesn't go down when the server gets fucked.
No, this is very true.
Checkmate, atheists! Where's your anime now? Oh, yours is down on the server. I've got my 3 sticky notes. Fuck you, my anime list. Can you edit that last part out? Because I don't want to get in trouble with my anime list, because I'm fully aware that I'm in the minority of people who... Let me just make my stance perfectly clear in this written statement provided to me by my secretary. Max Hobden does not dislike my anime list. Max Hobden has yet to understand the point of my anime list. He apologises and looks forward to a successful and healthy relationship with my anime list in the future. There we go. That has covered all tracks. I should keep the lawyers off my bottom. But yeah, it's Kill la Kill. Great anime.
Yeah, it's a great series. It's a really, really great series. And so next, we're going to do... You're going to make me watch... Not make me, because that sounds like I don't want to, because I really do.
I'm going to sit you in a chair, pin your eyelids open, strap you down, and it's going to be like that scene from Clockwork Orange, and we're going to watch...
Fooly Cooly.
Fooly Cooly.
Yep.
Which is great, because you've not seen it yet.
Yeah, it's like one of those...
Yeah, it's one of those animes that people... Like, if you look on, like, top 10 must-watch animes of all time sort of thing, and for a lot of people's list, Fooly Cooly is on pretty much all of those lists. And it's great, and I'm really, really, really looking forward to you watching it. I hope you like it as much as I do, because it's got a lot of characters that you can analyze and dissect, and you can just enjoy how insane it is. And I'm very excited for you to watch Fooly Cooly. And then after we're done with Fooly Cooly, you will be making me watch another Trigger anime.
It was Gainax at the time, but it's the same people.
Gainax at the time, Bexy Doodle. Sticking with the Gainax / Trigger theme, it will be
Gurren Lagann.
Gurren Lagann.
I've watched Gurren Lagann 2 times, 3 times this year already. I think 2 times this year already, and I've watched the movie, the second movie.
There's a movie?
Yeah,
There's a second movie.
Well, I think we talked about it, didn't we? They're like recaps, but not. They add
Oh,
stuff.
okay.
They like add
Okay, so
stuff and change stuff, and it's worth watching the movies even if you've seen the series because we'll have to talk about it at the time once you've seen
yeah.
the series, and I can say a bunch of stuff that's like, this is why we need to watch the movie as well. But yeah, I've already watched it twice this year,
So,
and I watched the
so the
second
only
film,
thing
and I'm really hyped to watch it again. I love Gurren Lagann so much. I really, really hope that
that
you like Gurren Lagann as much as I do.
that gets me very, very excited to watch the anime. Like everyone's saying, like, no, this is legitimately super good. And again, it's one of those animes that you hear about all the time on like this is in my top 10, haha, sort of thing. Like animes a lot of the time. The only thing I know about Gurren Lagann is the red-haired girl who a lot of cosplayers cosplay as, and she only wears like a bra and a pair of shorts, and she's got like a big sniper rifle, I think.
Yeah,
I
yep,
think.
yep.
Yeah. Don't know her name. Just know her by all the cosplayers who cosplay her, and a lot of lonely teenagers who probably fapped pictures of her. If
Maxie,
you've ever
please.
fapped to a picture of the,
No, do not tell us if you've done that to Yoko.
yeah,
I don't want to
actually,
know.
yeah,
I love Yoko.
do
She
not
is
find us on Discord. Do
no.
not tell us that
Do
you've
not
done that.
tell
I
us.
don't need to know what you've been doing at night. Please, please, for love of God, don't do that. Please don't. If you do, I will come and find you, and I will use your kidneys as bowling balls. You sick. Don't message me. Go away. Don't. Anyway, with
Okay.
that threatening remark, I think, Ari, we can bring episode 1, They're Quite Naked, of Happy Go Anime to a close.
Yeah, I think
And
so.
I will speak to you whenever.
Yeah. We're not sure when the second one of these will go out yet, I guess, because we'll probably, I mean, we probably won't wait until we've finished Furikuri, right? Because, I mean,
Yeah,
if we wait
because
until we've
that's
finished each of these series, then it'll be like, I mean, Gurren Lagann is 27 episodes long, so it'll be like late next year by the time.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah. It would take far too long. So in the interim, we'll probably come up with like just general discussions about anime in general. Might even give us an offshoot topic about something else like games, or I don't know, just something else perhaps that we really like, or perhaps like about stuff that we both really enjoy. So some of you may know that me and Ari are fans of the MMORPG Final Fantasy 14. Perhaps we could do some stuff around that. Perhaps some other stuff as well.
mhm.
So yeah, thank you all for very much for listening. Any and all feedback is welcome as long as it is constructive. And yeah, I hope that you enjoyed listening to this as much as we enjoyed making it.
Yep. Thanks, everyone. Sorry. Thanks, everyone.
Bye.
See you. Bye.